Hello English learners, welcome to the English Engineer. Today we are going to study another tense. It's the simple past tense. In this video, we show you how to use correctly this tense. So the first thing that we need to know is when I have to use this tense. So I'm going to show you right now how to use it. We use the simple past tense for finished time. For example, the enrollment process finished yesterday. Action finished. Michael drove to Miami last night. Past facts. Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Past habits. I played football when I was a teenager. So remember those things. We use the simple past tense for finished time, action finished, past facts, past habits. If you learn this concept, you use the simple past in a proper way. So, how to formulate the simple past tense? To formulate the simple past tense, we need to know a lot of verbs, and we need to transform those verbs in past, in the correct form in past. In English, exists regular verbs and irregular verbs. In this moment, we show you the regular verbs in past tense. There are a lot of regular verbs in English. And when we use a regular verb in English in past tense, we need to follow that rule. For example, for regular verbs, add ed to the root form of the verb, or just the if the root form already ends in an e. For example, the verb to ask, the past tense is asked. To work, the past tense of the verb to work is worked. To call, the past tense of that verb is called. The verb to use, the past tense is used. Below this video, there is a link that you can press the link and you can see another regular verbs, tons of them that you can practice and learn them to improve your English. So we have irregular verbs in past tense, and the regular verbs is a little more complicated because a verb has a form in a past tense. For example, the verb to be. The past tense of verb to be is was in singular way and were in a plural way. The verb to have, the past tense is had. The verb to do, the past tense is did. The verb to say, the past tense is said. The verb to get, the past tense is got, and the to make, the past tense of to make is made. There are a lot of irregular verbs in English. So below this video, I'm going to show you a link that you can press them and you can see another irregular verbs that you can learn and use them for your English. So at the finish of this video, you will see that and you can practice those verbs to improve your English. So okay, how to use the simple past tense. So this is an example. We use this example, the verb to work. If you see this chart, there is an affirmative, negative, and the question way. If you see in this column the pronouns and you can see the verb in past tense. So you can say in affirmative way in past tense, I worked, you worked, we worked, they worked, she worked, he worked, it worked. In a negative way, we use the auxiliary verb do, but in past tense. So we can say I did not work, or we can say I didn't work. You did not work, you didn't work. We did not work, or you can say we didn't work. They did not work, or you can say they didn't work. She did not work, he did not work, it did not work. That is a negative way in past tense. Remember, when we use an auxiliary verb, you have to use the verb in an infinitive form, because the auxiliary verb is already transformed in past, so the verb must have in an infinitive way. Okay? The question part is easy, so you have to transform the auxiliary verb do in past. So you can say, did I work? Do you work? Do we work? Do they work? Did she work? Did he work? Did it work? So that is an example of the verb to work in simple past tense. Another thing that you need to know, the auxiliary verb did in this kind of tense, you use did always in negative and in question statements. That is a tip that I give it to you to learn. When you use the simple past tense, you use the auxiliary verb did only in negative and in question statements. Okay, let's continue. Another example, we going to use the example of the verb to come. If we can see in affirmative way, I came, you came, we came, they came, she came, he came, it came. In a negative way, I did not come, you did not come, we did not come, they did not come, she did not come, he didn't come, it didn't come. In question, did I come? Did you come? Did we come? Did they come? Did she come? Did he come? Did it come? Easy. This tense is one of the easiest tense to learn, but in English learners, they have struggles when we use that tense, because I think that the English learners forget how to use that tense when they speak or make a conversation with another native speaker or with people that speak English. So it's very important to practice this kind of tense. This tense is easier to learn. So I encourage you to, the first thing that you need to learn is find all the verbs that you can, regular verbs, irregular verbs, and learn them in past tense. And use this chart and make your own examples and practice them. And you will see that if you make that practice every day, you use in a proper way the simple past tense. Use this tense in your daily life. in your conversations. If you have a friend that speaks English, use that tense. You use that tense every day. Sometimes the English learners speak English and they didn't know that they speak and they use this past tense, or they use that tense in a improperly way. So it's very important that you know those rules and you use them in a proper way to speak better with native speakers or people that speak English with you. This tense, we can use this tense and for short answers. For examples, if I ask you, did they need support? You can ask me, yes, they did, in affirmative way, or excuse me, no, they didn't, in a negative way. If I ask you, did she drive? You can ask me, yes, she did, or no, she didn't. And if I ask you, did you like to swim last night? You can ask me, yes, I did, or no. This is the way that you need to answer in a short way if someone asks you though these kind of questions in past tense, and you can respond those questions in past tense. Remember, if someone asks you a question in past tense, in this case, you have to answer in the same tense. That's everything for today, guys. So thank you for watching this video. I'm very glad that you watched this video to learn English, because this program is for you to improve your English, and you use and share this knowledge to other people. So thank you, and remember, in a few weeks there will be an exam, there will be a test about those tenses: the simple present tense, the simple past tense, and the last during this week we are going to upload the simple future tense. So when we upload the last video of this tense, we going to upload a practice test that you can put your knowledge if you know very well this kind of tense. If you have questions, write down your questions or your doubts in the comments, in the section comments below of this video, and we glad to answer you every question and every doubt that you have related to this with this topic, or whatever topic that you want to improve. Thank you, and see you the next time. Bye.